Hello everyone! Today we will have a new lesson about types and parts of the keyboard. A computer keyboard is a typewriter-style device which uses an arrangement of buttons or keys to act as mechanical levers or electronic switches. Following the decline of punch cards and paper tape, interaction via teleprinter-style keyboards became the main input method for computers. Keyboard keys or buttons typically have a set of characters engraved or printed on them, and each press of a key typically corresponds to a single written symbol. However, producing some symbols may require pressing and holding several keys simultaneously or in sequence. While most keyboard keys produce letters, numbers, or signs or characters, other keys or simultaneous key presses can produce actions or execute computer commands. In normal usage, the keyboard is used as a text entry interface for typing text, numbers, and symbols into a word processor, text editor, or any other program. In a modern computer, the interpretation of key presses is generally left to the software. A computer keyboard distinguishes each physical key from every other key and reports all the key presses to the controlling software. A keyboard is also to give commands to the operating system of a computer, such as Windows Ctrl-Alt-Delete combination. Although on pre-Windows 95 Microsoft operating systems, this forced a reboot. Now, it brings up a system security options screen. A command line interface is a type of user interface navigated entirely using a keyboard or some other similar device that does the job of one. While typewriters are a definitive ancestor of all key-based text entry devices, the computer keyboard as a device for electromechanical data entry and communication derives largely from the utility of two devices, teleprinters or teletypes, and key punches. It was through such devices that modern computer keyboards inherited their layouts. The keyboard remained the primary, most integrated computer peripheral well into the era of personal computing until the direct introduction of the mouse as a consumer device in 1984. By this time, text-only user interfaces with sparse graphics gave way to comparatively graphics-rich icons on screen. However, keyboards remain central to human-computer interaction to the present. Even as mobile personal computing devices such as smartphones and tablets adopt the keyboard as an optional virtual touchscreen-based means of data entry. Now let us proceed the types of keyboard. First, there are different types of keyboards available right now, and each of them is designed with a focus on specific features that suit special needs. One factor determining the size of a keyboard is the presence of duplicate keys, such as a separate numeric keyboard or two each of Shift, Alt, and Ctrl for convenience. Further, the keyboard size depends on the extent to which a system is used, where a single action is produced by a combination of subsequent or simultaneous keystrokes with modifier keys or pressing multiple single key. A keyboard with few keys is called a keypad. Another factor determining the size of a keyboard is the size and spacing of the keys. The reduction is limited by the practical consideration that the keys must be large enough to be easily pressed by fingers. Alternatively, a tool is used for pressing small keys. Let us try the standard keyboard. Standard alphanumeric keyboards have keys that are on 3/4-inch centers and have a key travel of at least 0.150 inches or 3.81 millimeters. Desktop computer keyboards such as the 101 key US traditional keyboards or the 104 key Windows keyboards include alphabetic characters, punctuation symbols, numbers, and a variety of function keys. The internationally common 102 or 104 key keyboards have a similar left shift key and an additional key with some more symbols between that and the letter to its right, usually Z or Y. The enter key is usually shaped differently. Computer keyboards are similar to electric typewriter keyboards but contain additional keys such as the Command or Windows keys. There is no standard computer keyboard, although many manufacturers imitate the keyboard of PCs. There are actually three different PC keyboards: the original PC keyboard with 84 keys, the AT keyboard also with 84 keys, and the enhanced keyboard with 101 keys. The three differ somewhat in the placement of function keys, the control keys, the return key, and the shift key. Next is the laptop-sized keyboard. Keyboards on laptop usually have a shorter travel distance and a reduced set of keys. Keyboards on laptops and notebook computers usually have a shorter travel distance for the keystroke, shorter over travel distance, and a reduced set of keys. They may not have a numeric keypad, and the function keys may be placed in locations that differ from their placement on a standard, full-size keyboard. The switch mechanism for a laptop keyboard is more likely to be a scissor switch than a rubber dome. This is opposite the trend for full-size keyboards. Next, the flexible keyboards. Flexible keyboards are a junction between normal type and laptop type keyboards. Normal from the full arrangement of keys and laptop from the short key distance. Additionally, the flexible allows the user to fold or roll the keyboard for better storage and transfer. However, for typing, the keyboard must be resting on a hard surface. The vast majority of the flexible keyboards in the market are made from silicone. This material makes them water and dust proof. This is useful in hospitals, where keyboards are subjected to frequent washing and other dirty or must-be clean environments. Next, handheld keyboard. Handheld ergonomic keyboards are designed to be held like a game controller and can be used such instead of laid out flat on top of a table surface. Typically, handheld keyboards hold all the alphanumeric keys and symbols that a standard keyboard would have, yet only be accessed by pressing two sets of keys at once. One acting as a function key similar to a shift key that would allow for capital letters on a standard keyboard. Handheld keyboards allows the user the ability to move around a room or to lean back on a chair while also being able to type in front or away from the computer. Some variation of handheld ergonomic keyboards are also include a trackball mouse that allow mouse movement and typing included in one handheld device. Next, the thumb-sized laptop or keyboard. Smaller external keyboards have been introduced for devices without a built-in keyboard, such as PDAs and smartphones. Small keyboards are also useful where there is a limited workspace. A thumb keyboard or thumbboard is used in some personal digital assistants such as the Palm Trio a BlackBerry, and some ultra-mobile PCs such as the OQO. Numeric keyboards contain only numbers, mathematical symbols for addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division, a decimal point, and several function keys. They are often used to facilitate data entry with smaller keyboards that do not have a numeric keypad, commonly those of laptop computers. These keys are collectively known as a numeric pad, numeric keys, or a numeric keypad, and it consists of the following types of keys: arithmetic operators, numbers, arrow keys, navigation keys, numlock, and enter key. Next is the multifunctional. Multifunctional keyboards provide additional function beyond the standard keyboard. Many are programmable, configurable computer keyboards, and some control multiple PCs, workstations, and other information sources, usually in multi-screen work environments. Users have additional key functions as well as the standard functions and can typically use a single keyboard and mouse to access multiple sources. Multifunctional keyboards may feature customized keypads, fully programmable function, or soft keys for macros or presets, biometric or smart card readers, trackballs, and so on. New generation multifunctional keyboards feature a touchscreen display to stream video, control audio-visual media and alarms, execute application inputs, configure individual desktop environments, and multifunctional keyboards may also permit users to share access to PCs and other information sources. Multiple interfaces such as serial, USB, audio, Ethernet are used to integrate external devices. Some multifunctional keyboards are also used to directly and intuitively control video walls. Common environments for multifunctional keyboards are complex, high-performance workplaces for financial traders and control room operators, emergency services, security, air traffic management, industry, utilities, management, etc. Now we can proceed to the non-standard layout and special use types. One is called chorded keyboard. While other keyboards generally associate one action with each key, chorded keyboards associate actions with combination of key presses. Since there are many combinations available, chorded keyboards can effectively produce more actions on a board with fewer keys. Card reporters stenotype machines use chorded keyboards to enable them to enter text much faster by typing a syllable with each stroke instead of one letter at a time. The fastest typees as of 2007 use a stenograph, a kind of chorded keyboard used by most court reporters and closed caption reporters. Some chorded keyboards are also made for use in situations where fewer keys are preferable, such as on devices that can be used with only one hand and on small mobile devices that don't have room for larger keyboards. Chorded keyboards are less desirable in many cases because it usually takes practice and memorization of the combination to become proficient. Next is the software or on-screen keyboard. Software keyboards or on-screen keyboards often take the form of computer programs that display an image of a keyboard on the screen. Another input device such as a mouse or a touchscreen can be used to operate each virtual key to enter text. Software keyboards have become very popular in touchscreen-enabled cell phones due to the additional cost and space requirements of other types of hardware keyboards. Microsoft Windows, Mac OS X, and some varieties of Linux include on-screen keyboards that can be controlled with the mouse. In software keyboards, the mouse has to be maneuvered onto the screen letters given by the software. On the click of a letter, the software writes the respective letter on the respective spot. Next is the projection keyboard. Projection keyboards project an image of keys, usually with a laser, onto a flat surface. The device then uses a camera or infrared sensor to watch where the user's fingers move and will count the key as being pressed when it sees the user's finger touch the projected image. Projection keyboards can simulate a full-size keyboard from a very small projector. Because the keys are simply projected images, they cannot be felt when pressed. Users of projected keyboards often experience increased discomfort in their fingertips because of the lack of give when typing. A flat, non-reflective surface is also required for the keys to be projected. Most projection keyboards are made for use with PDAs and smartphones due to their small form factor. Last is the optical keyboard technology, also known as photo-optical keyboard, light responsive keyboard, photoelectric keyboard, and optical key actuation detection technology. An optical keyboard technology utilizes LEDs and photosensors to optically detect actuated keys. Most commonly, the emitters and sensors are located in the perimeter mounted on a small PCB. The light is directed from side to side of the keyboard interior and it can only be blocked with actuated keys. Most optical keyboards require at least two beams, or most commonly vertical beam and horizontal beam, to determine the actuated key. Some optical keyboards use a special key structure that blocks the light in a certain pattern, allowing only one beam per row of keys, most commonly horizontal beam. There are different parts of the keyboard. The keyboard is one of the main ways to communicate with a computer. There are many different types of keyboards, but most are very similar and allow you to accomplish the same basic task. Now, let us learn the different parts or functions of the keyboard. Escape key. The escape key allows you to stop a function or action. For example, if a web page is taking a long time to load, you can press the escape key to stop loading it. Function keys. The function keys are labeled F1 to F12. Some programs use these keys as shortcuts for common tasks. For example, in many programs, F1 opens the help file. Print screen, scroll lock, pause or break. The print screen, scroll lock, and pause or break keys are at the top right corner of the keyboard. The print screen takes a picture of your screen, called a screenshot, that you can edit or save using a graphics program. Scroll lock and pause or break are rarely used today, so some keyboards don't have them. Alphanumeric keys. The main part of the keyboard includes the alphanumeric keys, such as letters and numbers, and the space bar. Backspace key. The backspace key erases the character to the left of the cursor. Tab key. The tab key is used to create indents in word processing programs. Also, if you are filling out a form online, you can use the tab key to switch to the next field. Enter key. The Enter key executes commands. For example, while on the internet, you can type a website address and then press Enter to go to the site. It is also used to start a new line in word processing programs. Ctrl, Alt, and Shift. The Ctrl, Alternate, and Shift keys are designed to work in combination with other keys. Typically, you hold down Ctrl, Alt, or Shift, and then type another key to perform a specific task. For example, in many programs, typing Ctrl plus S will save a file. Insert and delete. Insert. This switches between insert mode, which inserts new text without deleting anything, and overtype mode, which deletes text after the cursor as you type. Delete. This erases the character to the right cursor. Home and End. This moves the cursor to the beginning or end of the current line. Page up and page down. This scroll a document or a web page up or down. Arrow keys. The arrow keys are used for many different purposes, including moving the cursor, scrolling a document, and controlling a game. Numeric keypad. The numeric keypad resembles a calculator keypad. Many users find that it is easier to type numbers using this keypad on some keyboards. These keys double as arrow keys. And last, let us proceed to the layout of the keyboard. There are a number of different arrangements of alphabetic, numeric, and punctuation symbols on keys. These different keyboard layouts arise mainly because different people need easy access to different symbols, either because they're inputting text in different languages or because they need a specialized layout for mathematics, counting, computer programming, or other purposes. The United States keyboard layout is used as default in the currently most popular operating systems, Windows, Mac OS, and Linux. The common QWERTY-based layout was designed early in the era of mechanical typewriters, so its ergonomics were compromised to allow for the mechanical limitation of the typewriter. The QWERTY layout is widely used in Germany and much of Central Europe. The main difference between it and QWERTY is that Y and Z are swapped. The most special characters, such as brackets, are replaced by diacritical characters. The AZERTY layout is used in France, Belgium, and some neighboring countries. It differs from the QWERTY layout in that the A and Q are swapped, the Z and W are swapped, and the M is moved from the right of N to the right of L, where colon or semicolon is on a US keyboard. The digits 0 to 9 are on the same keys, but to be typed, the Shift key must be pressed. The shifted positions are used for accented characters. Alphabetical, numeric, and punctuation keys are used in the same fashion as a typewriter keyboard to enter the respective symbol in the word processing program, text editor, data spreadsheet, or other program. Many of these keys will produce different symbols when modifier keys or shift keys are pressed. The alphabetic characters become uppercase when the shift key or caps lock key is depressed. The numeric characters become symbols or punctuation marks when the shift key is depressed. The alphabetical, numeric, and punctuation keys can also have other functions when they are pressed at the same time as some modifier keys. Modifier keys are special keys that modify the normal action of another key when the two are pressed in combination. For example, Alt F4 in Microsoft Windows will close the program in an active window. That's all for the types and parts of the keyboard. Thank you for watching and have a nice day.